Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J. Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Welcome back. Happy Wednesday, everybody. How are y'all doing? Me personally, I am exhausted. I'm super tired. I won't lie. I'm running on week number, I want to say this is either 3 or 4, man, with no day off. I'm always doing something, working on the weekends, and I can't wait to get a break. I can't wait to get a little break, But this Sunday, we'll be celebrating my son's 9th birthday. I can't believe I've been a parent for 9 years. Like, that's crazy. I've been a parent for 9 whole years. Who trusted me with that? Who did that? I'm doing a great job, though. I'm doing a really good job. But I definitely can't wait to get another off day. After son's birthday and everything going on, I am going to rest up. I'll tell you that much. I'm going to be super, super rested. I'm not going to play no games about it. I'm going to get me some sleep in and make sure I eat my vegetables and take my vitamins. Because, man, I had to get over a cold last week. I had to get over one. Anyway, welcome. Happy Wednesday. I'm happy to see y'all back here again. I want to explain what today's topic, where it came from. A couple weeks ago, I mentioned about being resilient, and the good and the bad to that word and how you can take it. And a friend kind of asked me, like, what does that look like? What does that really mean? So I just figured I'd kind of break that down today to, like, understanding men's mental health a little bit, like a little 101. Hey, it may not apply to everybody. I'm just going to give some personal opinions, some things I've researched, and, you can kind of agree or disagree, either way, whatever you choose to do. But let's get right into it. Let's get into it today. Of course, today's topic is probably going to hit a little deep. Normally, I start off with what happened with the last week, but I'm going to be so honest. My days have been running together so much, I think I might be telling you something that happened a month ago. But, man, I'm going to give me some rest soon, trust me. I guarantee it. So I do want to talk about understanding men's mental health. Too many of us walk around with silent pain, smiling through storms, and nobody asks what's really going on. They don't really want to know. So today, I want to break that silence. I want to more so speak up about it. on a deeper standpoint than just the basis of, men's mental health needs to be worked on. I want to talk about misconceptions, masculinity, symptoms, and the difference between being strong and being emotionally resilient. Because let's be honest, sometimes they can get mixed in between the two. They completely can. But just get comfortable and let's kind of talk about it. Tune in, check in, give me your opinion. I'm going to talk about some of these misconceptions first, because these are like the basic things that people kind of don't realize are just like completely negative, not really what they seem to be. The first one, men don't get depressed. Like, they just deal with it. That's false. We do. We just hide it differently. We have different methods, different ways to show what we're going through and what we're dealing with. We know what we got to do, and we got to hide it a certain way. Another one is, if you're struggling, you're weak. But struggling means you're human. It doesn't mean you're weak. That don't mean that you are less valuable than the next man because you're struggling. Like, the struggle builds character in a way. Like, we just got to learn to work through it in a healthy way. Or the what's the next one? Real men don't cry. Like, crying isn't weakness, it's release. It's not you saying, hey, I can't help myself, I'm completely weak and vulnerable, I can't do anything. No, it's just a moment of weakness. It's a moment of vulnerability, not a weakness. Believing these lies, they isolate us. Pain is not a requirement for manhood. You're not alone. The sooner we realize that, the sooner we heal. Like, bro, I keep saying it's okay to go seek help and find somebody to help you through it. There are plenty of resources around that you just have to tap into or be willing to tap into. Another thing that we want to talk about is like masculinity and gender norms. Let's be honest. How many times have y'all heard any kind of, I don't know, what do you call it? Sorry. Any kind of, I guess you would say, what they tell us as growing up with boys: man up, stop acting soft, don't show emotion. So you hear things like that, and when you realize that you're like growing up as a man, maybe I am supposed to man up. Maybe I am supposed to just, stop acting so vulnerable. Maybe I am supposed to just shut up and don't show emotion. But in all reality, that only teaches us to hide the hurt. Real strength is being honest about the weight you carry, about understanding how heavy it is to deal with. Our sons are watching. My sons are watching, and I definitely don't want them to feel like that they cannot just sit up there and be honest and vulnerable with themselves. I don't want to hold them back from dealing with their emotions and not knowing how to deal with those properly. Like, if we stay silent, they learn silence. You know what I mean? But if we talk and heal, then they learn freedom. They learn how to do it, how to be free, how to express themselves, how to be vulnerable, how to understand what's really going on instead of listening to gender norms or society. So let's teach them freedom. Like, let's understand these little men that are watching us. They need good role models in that position. And it starts with us. I always tell people whenever things happen and people always talk about kids acting out or kids doing this or kids doing that, I always say it starts at home with the parents. Because we as parents, we have to lead by example. So if we're constantly, what do you say, expressing these, oh, I don't care because I don't have to deal with it because I'm not there kind of thing, or if we constantly expressing anger at the home, our kids are going to express anger at and outside the home. If we're constantly expressing, you're a man, be tough. If that kid go to school and get beat up when he come home and he trying to tell you, oh, I just ran into a pole. Why do you think he's saying that? Because you're telling them be tough. You don't have that capacity to be able to express and say, well, I got into a fight and I got beat up, because he doesn't want to feel humiliated. You know what I mean? Like, we have to teach them how to open up and express more, because I will be damned if I allow my children to grow up in the worst environment that I did. I will make sure that they succeed in everything I did not have as a child and more, and everything I did have, So I'm just saying, fellas, let's teach them freedom. And to the ones that ain't got kids, just think about it like this. You may want kids one day. How about working towards to be that man you're going to want your kids to see? now instead of waiting for the kids to show up. Being proactive. That's what I would do. You know, you know how these symptoms show up typically. Mental health in men, it doesn't always look the same. Like I said earlier, it's different for everybody. But depression might look like irritability, overworking, drinking too much, or risk taking. Sorry. I used to be a victim of the drinking too much. I used to be like, I'm going through so much, but the alcohol would make me feel so free, so calm, so good, so happy. But it was a temporary satisfaction. It didn't fix anything. It didn't fix anything. I'm not saying it wasn't a good time. What I am saying is it was a horrible coping mechanism. It's okay to socially drink if I'm going out, you know, but just to be doing it because I don't want to feel a certain way, man, that was horrible. That was horrible. At the time, it was like an answer for me because it was the only one I knew about until I did my research, until I did the work, you know. It's there for all of us. We lash out because it's easier than saying I'm hurting. But that's not healing. That's just hiding. That's like saying, I'm going to put this in this little box right here. We'll talk about that. Never. Never. You know, never. If you've been snapping, pulling back, or losing interest, you got to check in on your mental. Awareness is what gives you power. Like, you cannot just keep pushing everything aside that's affecting you and making you feel a type of way, because it's going to make you make some irrational decisions, maybe some choices that could have led you to a path that was probably not as good for you as one on a better mindset. Working on your mental is something you can do every single day if you really try. You can take the smallest thing and start working on it. And I guarantee you, if you take the smallest things first, when you get to those bigger things, you'll have practice. You'll have different ways to attack it, different ways to approach it. You won't just be sitting there like, man, how am I going to sit up here and deal with this? How am I going to sit up there and get through this and get through that? Like, you can be strong or you could be emotionally resilient, right? So I know it's going to sound crazy, but just hear me out for a second. Being strong and being emotionally resilient are not the same. They're not. Strength is holding it together even when breaking. Resilience, however, is learning to bend without breaking, right? What that means is you understand that you're going to go on those roller coaster rides with those emotions. You're going to have those things happen in depression, anxiety, whatever it may be you're going through. But it's learning to deal with those instead of letting it break you. So it's like, hey, you may be knocking me back a little bit or knocking me to the side, to this way. But all together, I can still hold myself together. I can still take care of things. I can still process my mental. I can still or process things in my mental and deal with the things in an appropriate way rather than just making an emotional decision or an emotional outburst for something that I didn't have to. Easy as that. But I mean, it's said easier than done, but I wanted to word it in a way where it was easily understood. Let me correct that. Resilience means giving yourself permission to rest, feel, talk, and heal. I felt like because I was at a decent state of mind that I can go ahead and just work through a straight, I don't know, 2-3 months, because I have a goal in mind, you know, for my family. And I'm going to be honest, after this first month, I realized, man, no, I need my rest. Like, it may be nice because, yeah, I don't have to worry about, you know, I'm getting the goal I got ahead of time. But at the same time, I'm kind of deteriorating mentally in a way because I'm not taking care of myself. I'm just sitting here completely working, not rested. Man, this is exhausting. I don't miss this at all. I don't miss this at all. This is tiring, but it's okay. I'll get through it. You know what I mean? I'll take care of myself. I got this last week ahead of me, and then I'll be free for taking days off and time off so I can rest and relax and kind of heal my body and mind a little bit, you know. But I am proud about the fact that even going through all of this, I've been learning to approach my irritability and anger in a different way instead of having to yell or lash out about anything. But even though I know that does not mean I'm going to continue doing this, because I know eventually somewhere down that line, even though I think I got it, I'm going to break down somewhere. So I know I got to get my rest. So I'm working on that. I got to get that done. Be strong, but also be real with yourself. You know, therapy, brotherhood, I'm here, I'm around. You feel me? There's other fellas around. I'm sure somebody you got that you can really talk to or listen to, or have them listen to you, or vice versa, listen to them. Being open, that's wisdom, not weakness. Learn from it. Don't run from it. You running from it don't mean nothing. It's gonna catch up to you eventually. I kid you not. Um, a lot of the times people think that if you don't learn, or if you run from it, it'll just stay in the past. Like it'll stay in a point where you ain't got to worry about what to do when it comes to dealing with it. You don't have to worry about resolving it. You don't really have to worry about like focusing on it. You can just put it in the rearview mirrors and run away from it. But I'm telling you, it even tells you in your rearview mirror, things in the object are closer than they appear. Closer than they appear. Meaning it's not going to be easy for you to just sit up there and go ahead and run away from it. When was that ever the answer to the problem? But I guarantee you, if you find an issue, if you find something you're dealing with and just try to attack it head on, even if it's piece by piece, minimal by minimal, or all together, I wouldn't recommend all together. I would say piece by piece to figure out what's going on with you. You know what I mean? You got to break it down so you can know what you're dealing with, know what's going on. Honestly, personally, I'm learning that. Personally, I'm dealing with that. And it takes you to start moving in that direction for you to be able to really go. You know what I mean? Like you have to start putting one foot forward so that next foot can go, and then the next foot could go, and the next foot. I don't like hearing when people say, well, I don't like doing stuff like that because it makes me uncomfortable. Like in all fairness, like, of course it does. It's supposed to. It's growth. Growth is always going to make you uncomfortable. There is nothing about growth that is going to make you feel like you've already done this, because that's what's the word I'm looking for? That's being stagnant. You've already been there. You've been there before. You're doing the same thing. That's like me telling you right now that, okay, let's just to make it simple exaggeration. Hey, I officiate one wedding a year, and I do only one wedding every single year. But then this one year I do a wedding that's for a celebrity, right? Just one person, but it's a celebrity. I'm still stagnant in my area because I'm only doing one wedding a year. When in reality, I could be doing 52 weddings a year, 15, 20, 30 weddings a year. I could be doing anything of that nature instead of just that one. I could be growing every single year. Hey, this year I did one. Okay, next year I'll try to do 3 a year. Okay, I did 3 this year. All right, next year I'm going to try to go for 5. Oh, look, I did 7, more than I tried for. Cool. Then this next year I'm going to go for 10. You know what I mean? Growing is going to be uncomfortable. I haven't done it before, but I'm going to see if I can. Okay, I don't know how to work on my mental, so all right, I'm uncomfortable working on it in this way, but I'm going to see if I can. Try to find the right resource to help you. I do always say to maybe say a friend or a close one that you can talk to. I don't know, maybe to me, to be honest, the best recommendation I can say is therapy. Best recommendation I can say is therapy. I'm going to just be honest, get a licensed professional to have your conversations with. That way you don't have to worry about, your, what do you call it, business getting out there, as y'all say, or you don't want to be vulnerable in front of your friends and family, whatever the case may be. Okay, go to a licensed therapist. They are literally paid to make sure they keep your secrets. Paid to. Simple and easy like that. You literally will pay them to keep your secrets, and they will help you work through all of your issues and problems in a healthy way, in a healthy manner. They will try to learn you and understand you. If you are willing to open up to them, they are willing to be there for you and try to help you get through it. But you have to be willing to open up to them, in all honesty. It's not an easy path. I'll tell y'all this all the time. It's nowhere near easy, but just like anything, if it's easy, is it worth having? Is it really worth you dealing with it or being there for it? Because if you're asking me, I'll listen to you all day. I'll listen to you all day long. I don't mind. You want to have a 2-hour conversation because you need to talk about it? Cool. Any advice that I give you, I will say this is what I have done that it has worked for me. I'm not telling you that it will work. I'm not telling you you have to try this. But if you want any advice, I can only tell you what I've done in that situation that has worked for me. If I haven't been in that situation, unfortunately, I cannot give you any advice because I have not been there in order to give you any advice on it. I want to be honest with you on that. I can't. I'm not licensed to be able to know what advice to give you in that situation. So I won't try to be. If I've been in that situation, I'll tell you what I've done to try to get through it or work through it. But other than that, I want to be completely honest and transparent. I do love that my friends and close, acquaintances feel like that certain topics that they need to discuss, they can come to me and discuss it, because it makes me feel like, I get to help somebody in some way, shape, or form. That's all I want to do. And if I can save even one life, even if I can save the thought of something happening, I'm okay with that. So to see people come and feel like they have that comfortability with me, it speaks volumes to me personally in my heart, so I'm really happy about that. I'm not going to lie at all. Personally, I go through a lot on a day-to-day basis. I speak to, a therapist. Most people, I keep telling y'all, you can do it in your phone. Literally, it's like a FaceTime call. You could be wherever you need to be. You want to be locked up in your room. You want to be locked up in your closet. You want to be locked up anywhere you need to, and you can do it on your phone. You want to go to an office, go to an office. You want to make it work. You want to chat with somebody, chat with somebody. They've got different opportunities and different ways and resources for you to find some help. I'm telling you, it's not as hard as we think it may be. It's not. It's really, really easier than most folks would assume. Now, I understand back, a while ago, whatever it was, we may not have had all of these public resources to use and go to find the help that we may need. But I'm telling you now, today in 2025, there's more than enough. Wherever you need to go, whatever you need to do, there's more than enough, way more than enough. I used to think like that, like, man, I don't want to go to no therapist, man. I'm good. I figured it out by myself. And I put myself in such a hole, man. I regret. Sorry, I don't regret. I'm happy that I learned from that situation that sometimes I can't do it by myself. Sometimes I need some help. Sometimes I need some guidance. Sometimes I need some direction. And just because I think I know the right move in the right direction doesn't mean I actually do know the right move in the right direction. Sometimes what I'm really doing is I'm making a decision based off no knowledge, no common knowledge of it. Maybe something I looked up on Google, which probably was not as credible as it should have been at that time. And and it doesn't work out. You have to find valuable resources and valuable people to go to that'll actually be there to give you the stuff you need. Like, I'm not going to go to my notary friend and ask them about, what do you call it? What kind of brakes I should get for my car. They know nothing about it. They know nothing about it. But what I will do is, if I have a document that needs to be notarized, at that point, then I will go to my notary friend, tell them, hey, this is what I have. What do I need in order to get this notarized? I will go to them about that because they have that opportunity to help me with that. We can't reach for the ocean and keep wondering why ain't no stars right there. Like, you're reaching in the wrong direction. I know that was a crazy analogy, but me, I come up with a weird one sometimes. I really do. But when I was talking about this with a friend, it was more so speaking about, why are you arguing that being strong is not the same thing as being emotionally resilient? Doesn't that mean emotionally you are being strong? And I'm like, the thing is, like, being strong, yeah, everything that's strong eventually has its breaking point, right? Superman, he's strong until you pull some kryptonite on him. Then he's soft as a baby's bottom, right? See what I'm saying? Everything is strong until you find its breaking point. But when you're emotionally resilient, no matter what you're going through and dealing with, you're more so, you've been through enough to know what obstacles may come and how to properly, if not the best way to navigate that situation. I would say probably the best way to navigate that situation. So therefore, certain things are not going to really affect you as much or really throw you off your game because you'll kind of be like well prepared for them. I know it sucks to say to be well prepared for an issue, but that's a good thing. Be well prepared for them. So when they come your way, you're not really like, oh man, blindsided. And what's this? What do I do? How do I go? How do I move? As far as being strong, like you're strong until something is stronger than you. You know what I mean? Like then at that point, you're gonna break down. But at some point, let's say put it like this, if you are dealing with something that's stronger than you, you like, all right, I know what I need to do to try to get through it. It may be stronger than me right now, but I can learn from this. I can grow from this and I can become stronger than this, you know. This too shall pass. You know what I mean? Uh, I just think that we shouldn't be always relying on the fact that us being strong is going to be the only thing that keeps us afloat. Because I used to think like that. And then until something was stronger than me, I broke down and didn't know. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't know what to do right here. Hold on. Wait. I had to put a pause on everything. Because then at that point, I had to relearn everything about myself from the ground up. From the ground up. And I was like, man, that's crazy. Because I thought, I would be able to handle anything. But that's because I would just take things and put it off. All right, I'm going to deal with that later. I'm going to deal with that when I can. All right, I can't deal. I'm going to deal with this by myself. Man, when I tell you, I feel like a core for issues because all I would do is be like, oh, no, that person, no, they don't need the help. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. Because I felt like I had to do it all by myself. And I say all the time, a closed mouth don't get fed. And boy, is life kicking me in the ass with that quote right now. A closed mouth don't get fed. And I'm hoping I've spoken up in the right ways. Well, I think I have. Most people have been, pretty responsive in a way when it comes to it. So I'm happy to see that. And I'm happy to say that. But all in all, like, man, like being strong was the pride I had until being strong wasn't enough. I was very prideful until it wasn't enough. And then now I had to humble myself. I had to retrain myself. I'm still retraining myself. I had to learn about new weaknesses that came in, old ones that left out. Like it's such a journey when you realize that even when you're growing, there are other things that are changing that you just don't realize because you're so used to being stagnant. You're so used to the comfortability. Like, man, things will just, I don't know. Things just surprise you when you really look into it. When you really think about it and dwell into it. When you really do the research for certain things and wonder why something is going on or something is happening, you kind of figure out that, man, maybe this whole time it's because I'm so used to dealing with a situation when here's a better example. When I was younger and I got a scrape on my knee, I would probably go run to my mom so she could put a Band-Aid on it, right? But now here we are, and I'm 33. And if I get a scrape on my knee, I know that I need to go ahead, grab some alcohol. I'm rough, so I grab the alcohol. I put it on there. I'll grab some gauze, rub it off, throw some Neosporin or something on there, and throw a Band-Aid on it. If it's that deep, something like that, just to make sure it ain't getting infected. But at this time now, I've grown to learn how to take care of it and deal with it on my own. As many times as my mother has done it, I am not going to get my grown self in that car, drive to her house, even though she's only about 7 minutes away, and tell her, can she help me put this Band-Aid on my knee? I know what to do. I know what to do. I got it. You know what I mean? I've learned from it. I've grown from it. So I say that to say, when you're going through certain things, you have to learn from them and realize which way you navigated to get there and how you had to navigate to get out. So that way, next time you come around it, you can probably prepare a better plan to navigate a little easier because you actually know what those obstacles are now. And if there is a hiccup, at least you have a better idea of how to deal with it. I think that's kind of what I mean by that. So, take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it with a grain of salt. But I just want it to be heard that don't be ashamed to make mistakes. Don't feel like you failed because you made a mistake. Don't look at it as a loss. Look at it as a lesson. We don't take losses in this. We learn from it. It's a lesson, not a loss. So don't be afraid to realize or speak up about the fact that you may have made this mistake before, and maybe you do not know how to get out of it and what you need to do to get out of it. So you need some advice on it. Who knows? Do you know how many other people could have went through what you were going through? Like you're not going to be perfect. Nobody in this world is perfect. The key to it is trying to improve and be better every day in things and situations, because nobody can be Superman. That's why he's a fictional, or that's why he's a character. That's why he's a superhero character. That's not real. It's a fictional character, right? With that being said, nobody can be like that. Nobody can be perfect. But even he had a weakness with kryptonite. I'm just being honest. We all have flaws. We all have differences. We all have to learn in different ways, different patterns, different forms. That's okay. That is all right. Some people may have some advice for you that you've never even thought about trying. I kid you not. Some things that you would be like, I've never even thought about it like that. Maybe I should try it that way. Maybe that will be better for me. I've never even thought about doing that. I never even thought about approaching it that way. And you won't know if you don't speak up and ask somebody. I kid you not. I kid you not. And I'm just speaking again from personal experience. I've been through that. I'm still having time speaking up, but I've been more vocal with people. You know what I mean? I've been more vocal with people, doing what I can to take care of that. I'm trying, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. But in all fairness, though, like, I just really want to do my best to look out for people. Everyone's going through tough times right now, and you see death happening around, more than ever, especially because holidays are here, right? It always happens a lot around the holidays. But because of that, I just really hope that everybody stays safe, stay prepared, take care of your mental, please. Do what you can to get through the days. Don't let the days take control of you. Only take control of what you can control in that day, right? Don't worry about things you can't control in that moment, or if it's not in that moment, and just do your best to deal with it on a day-by-day scenario. I kid you not. Dark days always end with the light at the end of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a brighter day to it because of the fact that you're in the dark already. But you have to be able to want to walk out of that tunnel to be able to get to that light. Because if you just sit there, you'll always be surrounded by darkness. You'll always be surrounded by darkness. Even if you feel like you got to crawl a little bit first before you walk, do it. Do what you got to do. Take as many steps as you need. Take the time if you need to. But I encourage you to move forward and walk through it. I really do. Every day is going to show you that, okay, it's going to get a little bit better. It's going to get a little bit better. It's going to get a little bit better. But we have to be willing to actually put that effort in to move forward from it. Again, don't be ashamed. Don't be humiliated. Don't feel like you failed, all because there was a lesson to be learned in a certain situation or a certain thing that happened, right? It happens to the best of us. We all have to go through it to get through it. We do. We all have different issues and different problems that we approach in different ways and different forms. But at the end of the day, for everybody that's trying to fight, that's trying to push through, that's trying to move on, I salute you. And for those that need a little bit of help or a little bit of a push, I am pushing you. I am encouraging you to just please move forward and hold on one more day. Just keep on fighting every day. Just keep telling yourself one more day, one more day, one more day. I guarantee you, if you move in the right direction and forward and just step into it to try to get through it, you will, again, see a brighter day. It is a way to do it. It can be a very healthy way to do it. I'm not telling none of you that it's easy. What I am telling you is that it is worth it. And if it's like anything that we know, if it's worth it, it's not going to be easy, because if it's easy, it's not worth having. Right? Right. So, I'm just wanting to give y'all a bit of a word of advice. Of course, that was a little more personal to most messages, because I wanted y'all to know it came from the heart with this conversation. I just want people to really understand that they can indeed get better in time. It is a way through everything. If you don't believe it through anything, believe it through Christ, through God. I guarantee you that'll be a way for you to get through it too. There's more than one way. But I will leave y'all alone now at the moment. I had to go off on my little tangent and get that out the way, because, it was a little personal for me. One thing I did need to mention too that I kind of forgot about is Son. Again, his birthday is this Sunday, or his birthday is Saturday the 25th. However, I'm working, so We doing his birthday party on Sunday instead. But he was actually okay with doing it Sunday instead. So I'm happy about that because I felt terrible that we couldn't do it on his actual birthday and it's a Saturday, but he won Sunday. So that's great to me. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. So we're gonna be doing something for him. It's gonna be real nice. I can't wait. He's gonna be 9 years old, man. I can't believe I've been a parent for 9 years. That's really crazy to me to really understand to think that I've been a parent for that long. Oh God, 9 whole years, man. Hey, I'm doing a good job though. I've been present and active and involved. I've been around. I've been around. Oh, let me tell y'all about Diamond. I want to put her on blast. So Diamond is talking to Terrence, and she's telling Terrence, he wants a superhero themed birthday. So she's like, okay, cool. That's cool. You can have a superhero themed birthday. And she goes, what superhero do you want on your cake? Terrence goes, my dad. Yeah. Terrence told her he wanted me on the cake. And she was like, no, you're not going to make it about him. It's your birthday. We not doing that. She a hater, y'all. She a hater. She a full-blown hater for that. I told her, you're a hater. I said, I know what you mean. I get what you're trying to say with it, that, oh, it's his birthday. But if it's his birthday and it's about him, I said, why not put a picture of me and him on the cake? That way he can get what he wants. We'll just be in our costumes or something. That way we'll make it easier for it. But then he said he wanted sports, so we kind of just we didn't bring it back up, so that way it wouldn't be an issue for nobody in the household. We compromise around here, you know what I mean? That's what we do. So then when he said sports, we went with the sports thing. We call it a day. He's going to do a sports cake. That's going to be, whatever he wants to do on that. But I just wanted to bring that up because she said that I was being selfish. But I was like, I didn't tell him to tell you that. But I told her how much it meant to me as a father to hear him say that on his superhero cake, he wanted his dad as the superhero. I feel really good. Sorry, really hit me in the heart with that one. I'm like, yeah, my boy. No, I've been a great father. I've been a really good father. I do my best to. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at it, but I try every single day to be better at it. That's what I will tell you. I try every single day to be better at it. I'll make some mistakes here and there, but I always find a way to come back and learn from those mistakes so I don't keep making it. Because around here, we're trying to break generational curses. You feel me? We're going to be breaking them, all in all. But that's what we do over here. We break those generational curses. Curses. We break those generational curses one at a time. But I also help my kids break them down on why we do things differently instead of the way they should have been done. They used to be done. Sorry, not should have been. But I just, again, this has been Talk is Cheap with your boy Juss Quanni on the hottest radio station, Hot 702.5 FM. Just remember, man, talking ain't weakness, it's strength. Take care of your mind, protect your peace, and just keep being real with you, yourself, and the people around you that you can trust. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll definitely catch y'all again next week on the hottest radio station, Hot 702.5 FM. Peace, love, and hair grease. I'll talk to y'all next week.